Oh, hi. Welcome to my kitchen. I want to bust a myth for you here today. And that myth is some people say there's only one right way to love somebody. You know what? I'm going to call bullshit on that because a relationship is kind of like fajitas. There's a bunch of different ways, and none of them are right or wrong. So that's why I've invited you in here with me tonight while I'm making fajitas. Everybody has a different way to approach things, different personality traits. And much like families and kids, what works for some people doesn't work for others. I have spoken to people who have long distance relationships, and I think I could never do that, but it works for them. Or you have people who don't actually really spend a whole lot of time together, they do their own thing a lot. That wouldn't work for me, but it works for them. So when you have a relationship, the most important thing is that the two of you are on the same page about where your relationship goals are, what you want to do, where you want to be. When you have that, any variation works. I'm Krista, the relationship chef, and I am here to tell you about variety and variations in relationships because there are so many different things people do, and everybody's got to be happy in their relationship. You've probably had friends who have relationships and you think, oh, I don't know how they live with that person, right? And that person may be looking at you thinking, ooh, I don't know how they do it. Because there's no, like I said, no right or wrong. It just works based on if the two people are on the same page. And when you're making fajitas, you can make chicken fajitas, you can make steak fajitas, you can have lots of onions. Your oven can make sounds because it's preheated. You have lots of peppers. There's all sorts of different ways. The important thing with fajitas, like relationships, is you've got to have the spice too. If you don't have the spice, you're not really going anywhere. Then you're just roommates. And sure, roommates can work out in a variety of different ways. That's not really going to give you a fulfilling relationship, is it? If the person who you're with is basically your roommate. And we talked about this the other day about going on vacation. You go on vacation, you're in a beautiful setting, and you're just swapping one couch for another because you still go on vacation. You're like roommates. That doesn't give you a fulfilling relationship. You have to have something that lights you up. You have to feel supported and feel loved and appreciated and noticed. And you need to feel desired by your partner. And these are all the things that make relationships strong. And studies have proven time and time again that people who are in a loving and fulfilled relationship deal with conflict better. They have somebody to lean on when things aren't going right, but they also have somebody to celebrate the highs and lows with. You celebrate your successes and your wins with your partner. And that's why relationships are so valuable. And for sure, you can have a single life and not have to worry about somebody else, and you can live a happy and fulfilled life. But if you have that person who you're sharing your bed with, your home with, your life with, then that relationship should be amazing. And that relationship should give more to you than you would have if you're on your own. Because otherwise, you have a situation in which you've got resentment. You've got people who look at other couples and think, wow, they're happy and they're connected. And you don't really have anything except the odd Netflix movie and maybe a trip out with the kids to Dairy Queen. If you're going to be in a relationship, you want to have a relationship that functions. You work as partners because when you get older, the kids are grown and out of the house, or you're retired from your career or whatever it is, then that person is going to be the person you're spending your time with. That person is going to be the person who you go on outings with, you go on trips, you do everything with, because you are at that retirement stage where you don't have a career and you don't have your kids who need you. So that's why when you have a relationship, you want your relationship to be a good one. All right, we've got some meat. We're just going to put that into marinate, olive oil, etc. And then we have the peppers. Some people like loads of peppers with their fajitas. And some people would probably skip the peppers and onions entirely. I know somebody who would completely skip the peppers and onions. But variety makes things interesting, which is why it's nice that different combinations work in different ways. There we go. We'll have some orange for color. Perfect. And I have a little bit of green. The tapestry of fajitas, tapestry of life, different colors, different themes, different flavors. All right, there we go. We've got some onions, some peppers. Our meat is marinating. We'll leave that for a little bit. We'll put some tortillas in the oven to heat it up. But when it all comes together, just like your different personalities, your different desires, your different preferences, it's delicious as long as it's put together intentionally with love. As long as you are bringing what you want to the table and your partner's bringing what they want and you're in agreement and working together. Like fajitas, let's make relationships interesting and make them our own. They don't have to be all the same. You can't judge your relationship by the standards of somebody else who says, oh, you have to do this, or you have to do that. I remember when I was younger and having kids, people are like, oh, you have to have your kids 2 years apart or 1 year apart. You don't have to do anything. Everything works for different reasons. And families, relationships, everything's the same. So make your own fajitas, make your own relationship. Don't do what other people say. You do what you want, create what you want. And that's what's going to work best for you. Don't forget, if you want to go a little bit deeper, when you want to spend those date nights and go into the kitchen and explore different cooking techniques and share beautiful evenings, then Chef's Kiss is a perfect place for you. We do date night cooking classes and we do quick relationship tips and rituals. There will be shorter cooking classes, and now's the perfect time to get in as a founder member. If you're interested, the link is in the comments, and also don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can get lots more content as it comes out. All right, talk to you soon.